My freedom of speech, my freedom of speech, my freedom of speech, my freedom of speech.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Special with my t-shirt today, so I'm not gonna bother. I heard from my friend that I haven't heard from in a long time, and all we did was talk about YouTube, nothing really else. Told him I started making videos. We were talking about people like we sub to. We sub to the same group of the, I guess, anti-SJWs. He's really into it. I mean, I'm more middle of the road now. He's more to the right. Yeah, I guess he lives up in New York on Long Island, and I guess this is just most of the stuff that you hear the anti-SJWs raving about that you say can't be real. It's more real there, like fucking Long Island and New York. It's just fucking, it's too much there. I mean, he tells me some shit and I don't believe it, you know. I'm like, I live in the South, man, we're still pretty fucking laid back. I can still smoke and nobody looks at me funny, you know. So I was real happy about that. Hopefully we'll keep up a little bit more. I'm really not used to not speaking to him for months at a time, so I'm trying to get him to sub to my channel. It's getting bad when your best friend isn't even subbed to your shit, even though he subbed to YouTube. So go figure. So G, if you're out there, fucking sub my videos. You're my best friend. We can communicate through here. Alright? Like, seriously. My boy G has been my best friend since high school. I mean, we belong. You know what I'm saying? We've been at it. Best friends, doing all sorts of crazy shit, going to shows, fucking doing drugs, you know, all sorts of shady debauchery.
So, got any,
What?
got any drugs?
What is it? What?
Got any drugs?
Oh! Oh, yes, yes. Yes, I've got some crack and I've got some coke and I've got some crank and some smack and some ecstasy. What would you like, some ecstasy, huh?
Yeah. You don't got any pot, do you? You know, a little bit of, you know, some joint.
Bauer, don't be so naive.
I'm glad to have him. I'm glad to have heard from him again. I've been worried about him for a while. He fell off for a while, and that's not good when your friends fall off. So, anyway, now that I got that little story, which is just to tell you about what's going on, leads me to think. When you talk to your homies, you know, people that, even the people you related to, do you tell them that you love them before you leave? Do you give them a hug? I mean, will you kiss your best homie on the cheek? I mean, I'm gay. It comes a little more natural to me. But you know what, man? I was raised, my dad kissed me. My brothers kissed my mom, my dad. We told each other we love each other when we saw, you know, when we got to see him, when we left. So kissing somebody on the cheek is no big deal to me. But, I mean, not even that. But do you tell your homies or your peeps or whatever that you love or care for them on a regular basis in some way or another? Like, my boy Damien don't like getting all mushy, so I just, you know, tap him like that a couple of times. And he knows that, yo, man, I love you. You mean a lot to me. Thank you for your friendship. You know, because some people are weirded out by that. But I know this sounds hokey, but I always did that because I always thought of those sad scenes in the movies where people are like, and I never got to say I love you. My last words were this. Yeah, I don't ever want my last words to be some shit that is just, you know, god-awful to somebody. So, and no, I've left fucking things with people I love in really awful positions. So, I've learned to appreciate a little bit more, and now I try to tell everybody how much I feel about them, you know, no matter what. You know, my brothers who, they're a little more guarded with their feelings, they're not as open. I mean, I wouldn't say they're toxic men, but they probably have some toxic masculine qualities. I mean, whatever that means. But I tell them I love them on the phone, and I mean, a couple times they got weirded out in the beginning, but now they're just used to hearing it, and they tell me they love me back, which is proper because they're my family and I love them. Anyway, so think about it. Do you let your people know? And if you don't, think about it. Try doing it. It means a lot.
are you? I'm looking for a hot Carl. $5 to...
You take all of it? All right, yeah, let's make this quick.